Hi everyone, it's Karen and I'm back with my second design team project for the month of March for AngeldreamCraftsKim on Etsy. And I will leave links to her beautiful Etsy shop in the description box below, and also links to all the very talented designers who are creating some really beautiful projects. I know Roseanne has just completed, I think, a beautiful journal as well, and Charlotte has done some gorgeous envelopes that would just be beautiful to send out happy mail in. Today I am showing you this little journal that I created. I love making these little journals. The last few I have made have been this size. So she is about 5.5 inches wide and 6 inches tall. And the cover is what is all about Angel Dream Crafts. Beautiful laces, charms, and trims that she has in the shop. And this rose fabric is actually from her shop as well, from last year. And I know she'll be getting in more fabrics. She's been carrying some gorgeous fabrics. What I did was I created this really cute sort of wrap style. It's a soft cover journal. I have hand stitched all the initial background fabrics are all hand stitched onto a piece of Amazon packaging. And it's the brown packaging that comes with your item inside, and that's like a bag, and I just take it apart, and I just love using that packaging. It makes for a really kind of squishy, soft cover, and you can stitch through it really easily. So I hand stitched the fabrics in the background, took scraps of fabric and scraps of ribbon, and they were all from Kim's shop, and then I stitched those together onto the packaging to actually make the cover, and then I embellished it. So I'm going to untie her. This is just a piece of chiffon, frayed chiffon that I put on the front here. But here's the wrap part that comes around the side of the journal. And I just decided to do it that style. I like how it encloses the journal, and so if you start tucking things inside, it kind of keeps them safer. So I like that style. And again, this is one of the the pink insertion lace that she gave me in my design team package, and I put a cream colored satin ribbon through there this time and put that sort of on this side, kind of like the opposite of the binding side, but it's kind of a little bit like a binding itself, and it just kind of rolls over there. This is that gorgeous pink fabric from her shop, and then this is that beautiful beaded fabric that she included in my design team package this time. And this is just a piece of it put here, and then I attached that gorgeous dream key that she had put in my design team package. I put that right there. I just think this journal would be so cute for a little girl for her very first journal, or if she likes to draw, she could draw on the papers that are inside. If she likes to color, she could draw pictures in color. It's just anyone who loves sort of spring and sweet little animals that go along with spring. This is what this little journal is all about. On the front cover is the leaf trim that I still had in my stash from Kim's shop. This trim, when you get a yard of it, is going a really long way. And I cut pieces and added them in behind. The images are from a digital kit that I purchased. And this is more of that beautiful beaded trim. I put the chiffon ribbon right underneath and all the way to the back, and it's under the laces and stuff, so it's a permanent part of the journal. It doesn't detach. So I'm going to put that across there. I did put one of the beautiful florals here right on the edge. This is the top of, I don't even think there's any left, but this is the trim here. This is what I do to them. It's all cut up. And I did make an angel with these wings, so I will show her to you sometime in the next few weeks, along with some other little projects that I made, because these are my favorite piece to use as wings on my angels. And along the top of this trim, getting back to where we were, it was this trim right here. So I used that down the side of the digital here, and then I used it all along the top. And you can see how that little scalloped trim makes a really pretty finish on the top of that journal. Then on this side, going towards the spine, I put all of this is sort of cut from that lace. I don't usually just take it and put it down. I cut it into pieces. So I glue the back first to make sure all the beads are secure, which is really easy to do. You just glue wherever before you cut, you just glue it, lay it down on a silicone mat, let it dry well, and then you just cut right through there. And I didn't lose a single bead. And then I just sort of took the pieces and draped them all down the side here of the journal cover. It turned out really pretty. I mean, this beaded trim is just so pretty, right? I mean, you can't go wrong. This is another piece that she sent me, one of the little glitzy butterflies. Again, Kim's bling pieces in her shop are just above any I've ever seen anywhere. They're always so sparkly, so pretty. And I just glued that down right there. And then this is the other flat lace that she had included, has the beautiful texture on it. I included that on the edge here. And then underneath that, you can see this fabric is peeking out. This ribbon here is peeking out. This is all the base part here that I have sewn together. This was a ribbon that Kim had sent me last year. This was part of the rose fabric. And then going on to the spine, you can see through here. It's not as easy to see in all spots, but it's there. And it was that Paris fabric that she had sent me with the scripty words on it. Then there's another piece of that beautiful ribbon. This is another ribbon that she sent me. You can see some of my hand stitching here at the top. And here a little bit of over cast stitch where I'm holding that down. Here's another ribbon that she sent in around one of my design team packages last year. So I used that there. And yeah, and then I put, this is my favorite dangle trim. And this is one of the ways I love to use it, is I use it around pictures. So around this little digital picture, I've used it to outline and drape around the picture. So each little dangle I've cut separately and just put it around there. This is another one of the little digitals from that digital papers. Again, more of the pink leaf trim at the bottom. And she usually always gets something like this into her shop. So she doesn't have this one anymore. She'll get something similar. And then another little piece of that beaded one. And then a couple of little paper flowers and some little acrylic flowers on top. And those are just from my stash. But when Kim gets her stock back in the shop, she usually does carry these little small acrylic type flowers too. So that's the back. And then hanging out the bottom, I've put on the strings from tying in the signatures. There's 2 signatures in this particular little journal. I've tied on the strings, I've tied these beautiful pink and white beads and little like tulip type beads. There's 2, one inside the other there. I love the little dangles hanging out the bottom. I think they're really pretty. And sometimes I actually do dangles on the bottom, but this time I just did the beaded ones. So that's the big feature for all of Kim's laces and trims. I'll show you what I've done in the inside. I used that lace again that she sent me to make a large pocket on the inside here. You can see some of that scripty fabric on the side here because I rolled it over the edge. I also used it down the center to reinforce the spine, and there's a little bit more of it right here. You can see between the signatures. This makes a nice big pocket you can store something in. These are some buttons that she had sent in a design team package last year, and I hadn't used all of them, so I put one here. I thought it was really pretty. Goes along with the spring theme. This is the edging off of another lace that I had from her shop. This is combining 3 of the laces that she sent me. This is the creamy yellow one that had the pearls riveted in it. Again, I took the pearls off. You can take them off with a good wire cutter, a strong wire cutter. You can actually save the pearls and then you pull the rivet out. And then I added a piece of the pearly beaded trim here, one of the little flowers, and then 2 of that other lace that I got that I said I love to use as leaves, but they can also be used as petals and also as the trim, as I did show you in one of my other projects. But here I just added it, and I made a topper piece for the top of the first signature. And then I used a little bit of that sequin and floral trim that she sent me. I used a piece of it here, and this is how I like to use it too, just a little sort of splash, a little splash of you know, sparkle, and there's just a little pocket there, and there's one of the little birds that's in this digital. It's a pretty digital. It's got pretty papers, it's got little animals, and it's very springy. It has a real spring feel to it, really fun. The paper that's inside here is from another digital. I combine my digitals when I'm working with them, so you'll see many different ones. So if you're interested in a particular digital, you'll just have to ask, and I'll try and let you know which one it was. This is from the spring digital that I bought. Look at this cutie here. Isn't she so cute? And some beautiful little journaling cards. And then I've done other papers to go on top of. This is a patterned one that was in that spring digital kit, and I added other pieces on top so that you can write on there, but you could also write on there on this one. This is just a paper clip that I have made, altered paper clip, and added that in there. And then I'm just going to flip through quickly and just show you this cute little journal. Didn't embellish all the pages. I just embellished some. There's some of that beautiful leaf trim down the side of a pocket that I've made there. And those beautiful beads in the middle there. This is the middle of the signature. Here's some more cuties, the little cow, little bunnies. And of course there's a bit of Eastery kind of feel to it too, because it does have some eggs, but overall it's about spring. I've added in some cute little bunny paper clips in this one too. There, where did that one go? I just saw it. There it is. They're really cute little paper clips that I've added in that are little bunnies. So those are also in here. Here's a page that has one of those. I just love making these now. I'm addicted to them, but has the movable piece on it for the belly band, and the little egg in the middle can be moved up and down. And I just tucked a digital behind there. Add some color to the back of that page that's kind of white. Here's a bunny trim that I still had this little piece left. This is from Kim's shop from probably 2 years ago. And every spring, it seems, I bring it out and I add a little piece, and I think that's finally it used up. I just created a little tuck spot there with that. Again, more digitals, but lots of room. This has lots of writing and, like I said, drawing room in it. It could be used, lots of tuck spots also, so you could draw and write in here, and then you could also write something and tuck it in there. Here's another one of those interactive belly bands with the movable. This is a little pot of flowers. Here's another one. They had the umbrella was in the digital kit, and then there was this little lammy in the raincoat, and so I cut out the umbrella and added it into the hand of the little lammy. I just thought that was just so cute. And then there's just some more digitals in here. This one has little bunny on it. This one has florals. Oh, this is the back of the first signature. And in here, what I did was added one of those little paper bags. I just think they're such a cute idea. And it's not my idea. It's on YouTube. You can find them. But all it is a paper bag that you cut down in size. And then I folded in all the edges so it's nicely, cleanly finished on the edge. And it just pops up like that out of your journal. You can put it anywhere you want. A lot of people, I've seen them put it in the back of the journal, but I just put it on the back of the first signature, and I left a bit of room in between the signatures so that if this got a bit bulkier and fatter, there was room for it in there. And I just did a digital collage on the front with a couple of different pieces, the main digital, and then added butterflies and the cute little bunny, and then I added a little bit of lace that was originally from Kim's shop, and then I added just a few of the little digital pieces in the inside here for whoever to play with and add to the pages as they wanted to. This is the start of the second signature. Cute, cute, cute little chickie. Add a little butterfly. This is that gorgeous trim from Kim's shop with the sequins on it, and I just did a collage on here, so I cut all the individual pieces and added them onto the front of there with the basket and the little chickie. Again, lots of blank pages to write on. Although they're smaller in size, there's still lots and lots of writing room in this journal. Oops, I can't even open the pages there. I've used the heavier weight paper that I always use now for doing my digitals on, so it's good quality paper. This is another little collage that I did on this page. This is some rice paper that I printed on, and then I added the little bunny fussy cut, and then I added a little bit of lace for my stash, and then some of those pretty leaves from Kim's shop. Here's another one of the little interactive belly bands. This one's got a little chickie on it, just moving up and down. I just think they're so cute, and I just think an interactive journal is so cute to have too. More bunnies, more paper clips added in there. This is the middle of the second signature, and this is a little piece of that lace, the same as what was on the front of that bag. I had cut out the flowers here. I put a piece at the top for a little flip. And this is a little tuck here. This is a flip. So it's cute. I mean, isn't she cute? Look at her. So cute. Here's another one of the interactive belly bands. The egg goes up and down. Little paper tuck behind it. Like I said, lots of journaling space. Pocket with another little journaling card in there. More here with an extra one paper clipped out with a little bunny paper clip and paper clipped on top of the gingham in the yellow. There, sort of that gingham is in yellow, blue, and green and pink, I think, throughout that kit. Here's another one of the cute little digitals. These are really nice. You could take that out and put that on the front of a card and give that for Easter to someone, or even tuck it as it is with a little note on the back. Little tuck spot here I've created with a digital, and then another little fussy cut here, some more of that pretty pink lace, and a little note card in there. There's that little cutie again, done a flip. Little one on the back, another flip. And then here I've got a couple of different digitals that I've used, and I've just folded over the paper there, added this on kind of as a floating kind of tuck spot, and then I've added a couple little tags into there. And then I've just got a pocket here with a butterfly, some tags, cute little cow there. Another piece of that insertion lace, and this time I did a pink ribbon in there. And so that's kind of created a little bit of a belly band there too. You could put something, slide something in there. I could have done that. I think I forgot about it, but that's a little bit wide, I guess. But yeah, you could, you know, tuck something in there like that. A little bit smaller would be best. And then these are a couple different digitals that I have, and this is another little card, and I just tucked them. I made that butterfly a tuck spot. And then at the back, I had a single piece of this beautiful fabric left over from Kim's shop, and I made it for a belly band here. I added another one of those little egg buttons on the corner there with the florals, and then I tucked this really cute little note card there underneath there. I thought that looked so cute, and it kind of finished that off. And like I said, this is a trim from one of Kim's laces from her shop that I just used part of it there on the bottom. And yeah, it's got a nice feel, and you know, get a bit of that crinkliness going on. And there she is. She's a super cute and pretty sparkly little journal that is just, it's super nice size to hold and has some lovely texture to it, and ties up really nicely with a very generous length of this chiffon ribbon, so that if you want to stuff her full of stuff, you can still have enough ribbon there to be able to close her up really nicely. So I hope that you feel inspired to try a project like this yourself and get some laces and trims from Kim's beautiful shop, AngeldreamCraftsKim on Etsy. Link in the description box below. Link to all the talented designers. Go over and see what they are making and be inspired by them. And thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you supporting my YouTube channel and supporting AngeldreamCraftsKim. Thank you very much. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.